Well, something else I wanted to ask you as the show gets started, we're getting into that sun season.
Got to like with a face like yours right now. Yeah,
there
you're
you go,
looking
yeah.
like sunshine.
And
there, my friend.
when I was in your lobby right before I left on my little cruise, I was watching the different techniques that people can get from your place that are life-changing as far as we're all in our 40s, 50s, 60s now, and wouldn't it be nice to erase some of those things that we have put onto ourselves, like too much sun, age spots, too much fat, got that fat bulge, lost a lot of pounds, but I still got that bulge down below my waist. And I was watching some stuff in there that seemed just miraculous on the videos in the office.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, actually. And it's... I don't know. Sometimes these things sound too good to be true.
Mm-hmm,
okay, and with many of the modalities that we have, I vet these things. I check it out. I go to meetings. I've traveled abroad to actually see what the net result is. People will sell you a bill of goods, but non-invasively. Okay, non-invasively, which doesn't necessarily mean without some minimal discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
You can reduce, belly fat. You can reduce the muffin top, discrete areas of the abdomen using radio frequency energy, which essentially electrocutes the fat cells. And then, it's kind of cool. And then they kind of get sucked up into the vascular system, believe it or not, and it melts away. Does it work? Yeah. Okay, it takes a little bit of patience. It's not that terribly expensive, but yes, it works. So if you've got that roll over your gut, it's not going to knock it all off, but it'll knock 5 to 8 pounds of it off. But for muffin tops in particular, you have these 25, 30-year-old girls, it just doesn't look all that good when they put their bathing suits on. This thing works. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks, takes 4 to 6 treatments, and it knocks it off. And it does it without breaking the skin, which is pretty darn cool. And then, you're alluding to the things that we do for the age spots. Well, you can go ahead and you can do the laser ablations, which we do. You can do the radio frequency ablations, which we do. But we also do a series, different varieties for the individual of chemical peels. And what it does is it knocks off the top several layers of skin to stimulate the skin underneath to start regrowing. And it knocks the ears off. It is very, very cool. So we have an esthetician, Lynn, and she pretty well specializes in this stuff, and she reaches into her quiver of arrows and decides which one's the appropriate peel for you, and she knocks it down. So, robin skin looks good. We just love it. And then we started doing something called Voluma, which is kind of weird. Okay, what this does, it is kind of weird when you think about it, but it takes something called hyaluronic acid, okay, which is present in joint fluid. And you inject, it's very, very thick. You inject it over the cheekbones. And what this does is it does a non-surgical facelift. It is the darndest thing, and does it for about 1/15 of what a facelift costs.
Oh, my goodness.
It takes about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, skin to skin. It's basically done under a local anesthetic, and you do it through a syringe. And, you inject this stuff in 6 to 8 discrete locations at 3 to 4 on each side, and you shape it under the skin until you get the shape that you want.
Wow.
It is very, very cool. It just got FDA approval in December. It's the only substance now approved for mid-face volume loss. So I traveled up to Toronto to learn how to use this stuff, and then just sat around and waited until it became approved here.